Larimore, and we are ready to get things going. Putting a foot into it now is Larimore, and this one squibs around. Jermaine Minor is going to fall on it, Coach, and that's one thing we saw St. Thomas More do a lot of last week.
Right.
Just kicking it short and away from Dayland Hammond. And
it's going to give us
Newton.
a ball about on the 30-yard line or 30, looks like 32-yard line. Like I say, it's going to be hard to tell exactly where we are here from my viewpoint.
Just a different viewpoint, too. All of the cheer squad, the Palm Line, the Troy Dolls are all down on the track because there's no room in the bleachers over here.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's one of my pet peeves at Ash. We need to get some new visitor bleachers. We need a concession stand on the other side and dressing room.
No soapboxing yet. Borderline calls for the ball. The handoff goes to Newton. He bangs around up the middle and is going to be brought down by number 32, Hunter Warren. We will get to that, and we'll get back to that probably around halftime in there. Trojans come out in a 3-wide receiver set. To the near side is Dayland Hammond. He's got Mingo in the slot. T.J. Johnson to the top of the field. The one tight end is Minor, and Newton in the backfield with Bordelon. It is 1st down and 10 following that one. No score, just 30 seconds in to this one, and T.J. comes to the near side in motion, looking deep. Actually, it's out in the flats, spinning around, and that ball is going to be brought in by Mingo for a 1st down out to the near side. Joe was looking down the seam and went out to the flat, and those Trojans, Coach, will go tempo.
Nice catch by Mingo that time, falling down and still able to bring it in.
1st down and 10 go the Trojans out near midfield. They are on their 48-yard line. Bordelon calls for the ball. Quick hit to the near side. That's complete to Hammond. His first catch of the night. He slammed down. Pickup of 6 they'll give him.
Got a flag on the play. Not sure exactly what. It's in the secondary, so it could be defensive holding. Look like he's
just a minute gone in this one. They're calling that penalty on.
I think on the offensive
it's going to be
line.
Holding on 55 was what was signaled through. Coach, that is Don Fields, the right tackle for the Trojans, that is going to be called for that hold. It was downfield just a bit, so they'll mark it from where the penalty was, make it 1st down and give him 15. Back inside Trojan territory to the 45-yard line. 10:57 and counting, 1st quarter of the play. Trojans call for the ball, does Bordelon. Newton's got it to the outside, puts his head down and bangs up the middle. Helmet comes off, so that's going to bring Gorham into the game as the helmet comes off, and that means he's got to come out for a play.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves too. That they got these helmets, they don't fit them near as tight. They wear them like a cowboy hat or something, and they come off if the strap happens to come loose. So
the unfortunate thing, what he's got to look for is he initiated contact, lowering the head too. You've got to be really careful about that. You know, the offense can set the injuries up there too. Gets back the penalty yardage. It's 2nd down and 9 out near midfield. Trojans go from their own 49-yard line. High snap, corralled in, out to TJ on the far side. TJ makes the man miss, and he's going down the sideline. 40 now, 35. And driven out of bounds. That's going to be another Trojan 1st down, Coach. Their 3rd of the game.
Yeah, the Marksville front's doing a good job with they're running a 5-man front, 2 linebackers, which we used to call Oklahoma, and got 4 guys in the secondary. But so far, Trojans haven't broke the big run yet.
1st down and 10. The Trojans have it from the 35-yard line of Marksville. Bordelon looking, spinning around, and Newton's not there. But Bordelon's got some space and tripped up and driven down, and he's going to be about
maybe
5 or 6 yard pickup they give him out to the 29-yard line of the Tigers. And he looks one way to hand the ball off, and Newton's not there, so he does the best of it and goes right up the middle.
That was a smart move, and just follow the guy going up through the middle there when he missed him on. I don't know who blew the assignment there. One went to the wrong direction anyway.
They'll do it again. Borderline handoff does go to Newton. Newton cuts to the inside. Now back out to the outside. Going to be brought down, but not before another big gain. Give him about 12 on that one. Out to the 15-yard line inside the red zone, and another Trojan 1st down.
I think they're establishing the run early here, and that's a good thing. Of course, Marksville doesn't have a lot of depth, so they're going to have some kids going both ways. Should tail off in the 2nd and 3rd quarters.
1st down and 15, 8:50 to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. Trojans' first possession here. Marksville yet to have it.
They got the slant on this side over here to Mingo if they
One to
want
the extra tight end is in there, and they go to that side, does Newton. Newton cuts to the 5, and he's going to get into the end zone. Jarvis Newton, touchdown Trojans, touchdown Jarvis Newton. Coach, that's his 9th on the season from 15 yards out.
I got to get him for the state rushing champion or whatever.
Right. We will be naming our Whataburger What a Play of the game. Abel Peterman in there ready to try this PAT. And again, just those that are just listening, yes, we throughout the night. Not really a lot we can do about this. This is high school football at its finest. Bordelon set to hold. Peterman teeing things up. Snap is back. Kick is up.
And we got a
and
flag.
there's a flag beforehand.
I don't know if somebody moved or
False start against the Trojan kicking team.
we're not looking real sharp here first quarter. I mean, even though we scored, those little things that come back to bite you when you're playing a big game, which not to say this is not a big game, but Coach Bachman can't be happy with the silly penalties.
And certainly a big happy birthday out to Coach Thomas Bachman, his birthday today. And he didn't tell us about it last night at the show, but I got a feeling we've got something for him next week when we go out to the Thomas Bachman show. They'll back it up 5 and try this PAT again. Timeout is coming after this. Trojans 6-0 with the lead, looking for the PAT. Peterman puts a foot into it. Low hold, good, pulled up well by Bordelon. That kick is up and it's good. 7-0 Trojans lead. We'll be back after this.
At Calvary, we love gathering together, whether it's for Bible study or Sunday worship. We believe the study of God's Word is essential for spiritual growth, and the fellowship helps us experience life together. At Calvary, you're part of a family that is part of a local, regional, and global community. Join us Sunday mornings at 9 and 10:30. We would welcome the opportunity to meet you and give you a place to begin again. Calvary Alexandria. Connect, grow, and begin again.
Mom, Dad, the magician's here. Magician?
Oh, yeah. Honey, the magician's here.
Oh, right. Can I go watch? Sure.
Hi, Timmy. Are you ready?
Boy, am I.
Okay. See that dirt, grime, and residue?
Yep.
Now you see it. Now you don't.
Wow, amazing!
Senla Power Wash. We offer house washing, shingle roof washing, and commercial washing services. Call 318-446-0838.
Back to Marksville. We are at Warren Douglas Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Marksville High School. And Abel Peterman, fresh off of that PAT, puts a foot into this one, and it is going to find its way back into the end zone for the touchback. Automatically give him 15 on the year, Coach.
Yeah, I don't think the deep man was expecting it to go in the end zone, and of course they blew it dead. And he said, "Like, what's this? What happened?"
If not, they've not watched a lot of film on the game. 7-1, the scoreboard says. We know it's 7-0. The Trojans have the lead, down from that 7-11 score that they had. 8:32 to go, first quarter play. I am Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott. When Marksville has the ball, they put it in the hands of quarterback Luke Norman. Their key is wide receiver Jaquan Gio, probably one of the most gifted athletes on this Marksville Tiger team. Back in there is Norman at quarterback. They run that one back set, Coach. Receiver to the near side, 2 to the top. Norman calls for the ball. Handoff does go up the middle, and that Trojan line is banging around in there and make the stop. That handoff was to looks like number 5. We'll have to check that as we get twisted around. It is 5. That's a Marion Ford, the sophomore running back.
And Aiden Johnson was in on the tackle for the Trojans that time, the linebacker on the left side. Got number 2 for the Marksville Tigers. Francisco, he's a senior also, so they got 2 senior receivers.
Norman back to pass. Penalty blows this dead. You're going to have false start against the Tigers of Marksville. False start, Coach, so that'll back them up at just under 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach J.T. Dunbar can't be too happy with that because they can't afford to make mistakes and stay in the ball game.
No, you get behind the chains against the Trojans, and you certainly don't want to do that. One of the keys that we'll look at tonight is number 10, Aiden Walker. He is the big-time sophomore that's going to be in there. Also, his return appearance, Terrell Blake, the senior linebacker, back. He started here his freshman year, spent some time in the Shreveport area, and is back here. They call him Toots. Handoff goes up the middle. and the Trojans defense is right there to make the stop, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 as they get the penalty yardage back, put back to the original line of scrimmage. 7:17 and counting in this one.
I didn't know our band played that much. I guess being on the other side, we don't notice
Being
it.
inside the press box, you don't get that a lot. We're reaching the 7-minute mark, 5 minutes into this one. Again, I am Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott and alongside the Trojan band. Back to passes, Norman. He's throwing
flag.
this over, jumping up and picking that one off. That is intercepted by the Trojans, Jalen Johnson, but a penalty, and that may have been a free play. We'll see if it was offsides on the defense or if that's another Trojan turnover. Remember, they had 2 interceptions on Walker Howard last week in St. Thomas More.
I'm looking to see if the white hat give a signal here. He still hasn't.
Well, they haven't called Marksville's offense back out, and so we're looking at Bordelon in that offense. But that was Jalen Johnson stepping in front of that pass. That was one of those back shoulder fades, it looked like.
And
Jalen,
downfield.
an eligible man downfield. That penalty is declined, so the Trojans will have it, Coach, around the 27, 28-yard line of Marksville for their second possession. And turnovers are going to be huge in this one, especially in any game when you're deep into the field. So count that as plus territory. We look at starting field position throughout the night, and it's always been, both games this season has been hugely in favor of the Trojans. 1st down and 10 from the 20, from the 30 they go. Fakes handoff, play action, looking deep down the seam, wide open, Dalen Hammond, touchdown, Trojans, touchdown, Joe Bordelon to Dalen Hammond. And that was just a 30-yard seam route down the middle, Coach, and there wasn't anybody around Hammond.
Yeah, the free safety bit on the other receiver on the other side, and Joe threw it to the backside receiver, and there was nobody there to pick him up. They're basically playing a 3-man secondary, and Willie linebacker's got to pick up that guy coming out on the slot.
13-0. We'll keep it right here, and kind of recap. That was a 1-play scoring drive following the Jalen Johnson interception. That kick from Peterman is up, and it is good. 14-0. Go the Trojans, Coach, and you go for the touchdown right after the big interception, and it was wide open. There was nobody around Dalen Hammond at all. But I ask you this: who do you focus on? Newton, who went 259 yards. Mingo, Hammond, T.J. Johnson, who has as many offers as Jamari Monette. I mean, what do you do?
Well, that definitely got some weapons, and that's good because future games when we get into the district race with West Monroe's and Rustons and all that, you're definitely going to have all those weapons. Coach Severio's out there. He's not too happy with the special teams for some reason. Can't get lined up right.
Big game tonight. Got a game on ESPN too. I think Edna Carr and I forget who's playing, but another one up in the West Monroe area. West Monroe and John Curtis are playing tonight. So a lot of big football on week 3 here. Peterman, his last one went into the end zone, as the bulk of the kicks this season have done. Doug Gann alongside Ernie Lott, ready to bring you Ash Trojan football. 6:47 to go first quarter, and the Trojans up to a 14-0 lead.
Coach Severio substituting a few guys on the kickoff team, and he was having to tell them where to go there. That's going to be short this time, I believe. Yep.
It's going to make its way to the 1-yard line, and that's going to be taken up and about and brought down. Good defensive play on the special teams. Adiah Jones, number 21, coming. You know, we talked to Peterman last night. I said, look, do the guys ever come up to you and say, hey, kick it short so we can go down and tackle somebody? He says all the time. He says, but Coach Bachman says, don't
listen.
Don't do that. So there you go. 6:39 following that one. 14-0. Jarvis Newton has the touchdown run.
Looks like on about the 19-yard line. It's kind of like I say, it's kind of hard to see, but looking at the chains, that's what it looks like.
Normand back in the shotgun. Ball's bad snap and a busted play, and Norman's going to try his best to get back to the line of scrimmage, and Coach may get about a yard, and that was tackled by Terrell Blake. He is the senior linebacker getting his first start with the Trojans.
Got some good-looking hands on the Marksville line of scrimmage. Of course, their backs and are a little small, but got big number 55 on the defense. You know, they got some pretty good-looking hands, and they've had some good players come out of Marksville over the years and going on to play college ball.
Looks like we have reached the 6-minute timeout. We're going to leave it right here as we'll get to another one. Coach, explain to them a little bit about why this timeout is automatically at 6 minutes in these games.
Well, that's a LHSAA rule, and for the whole month of September, it's called a hydration timeout. Give the guys a chance to get a blow, get some water. The only bad thing about it is if you got a good drive going and then, you know, it happens to come in the middle, the officials are told to try not to mess it up, you know, when they got a big drive going. But at some point, you just have to do it in order to give these guys a break, because it is rather warm out here. And as you can attest to, the flag, if you're looking at it, is dead still, and there's not a breeze anywhere. Even though we're outside and it's probably 85 degrees, the humidities are probably about 105, feels like.
We are back to live action here. It is Ash and Marksville. Ash on top 14-0.
Got a trip set this time.
Just under 6 minutes. Norman calls for the ball. He's just going to direct, keep it himself. A called quarterback run there. Trying to get something and go offside, Coach, over where they gave the look of the 3 wide receiver set.
Right, and it's going to come down to, you know, you can only do so much trickeration, and Ash has definitely got the numbers and the size and everything else, but you got to give Marksville credit for sticking their head in there and playing hard.
This is a proud community. The tradition runs deep in Marksville. I think they went to the state semifinals back in 11, was it? Back to pass is Norman. He's looking to the near side. That ball is thrown up in the way of Jalen Johnson again and overthrows the intended receiver. That was number 5, Coach, that the ball was intended for, Omarion Ford.
Yeah, number 12 for the Trojans, Jalen Johnson had a shot at it, but even he couldn't go up and get that one. It was a little bit too high.
He's the one that had the interception that set up that 30-yard touchdown pass from Bordelon to Hammond on the prior series. 4:56 and counting, and oddly, they're running the clock, Coach, in the first quarter, and that shocks me just a little bit.
Well, I'm sure the coaches might have discussed it before the game, and then it's a situation where you don't want to really just embarrass a team if you're that much superior.
Snap is back. This one is kicked away. Waiting back is TJ. TJ bobbles it, but now comes to the near side. Spins out of a tackle. He's up to the 45-40. Goes TJ, and there's going to be a late flag that comes in.
Might have been a hit in the back by one of the Trojans that time.
That's in the area of the block in the back, and this Trojan offense making its way back out there. 4:28 to go. First quarter of play, 14-0. The Trojans have the lead in this one. The Jarvis Newton touchdown run, Bordelon to Hammond, picking that up. And the Trojans' penalty is going to be, Coach, the block in the back, and that's going to push them back, albeit just to their own 40. Well, that's a big one. It came from backside, so 39-yard line is where the Trojans will start. 4:28 and counting.
Coach Bachman can't be happy with that, even though, you know, they're ahead 14-0 here. You want a clean ball game, and there have been a number of penalties.
Well, the play was over, too. That's the problem there. 3 receivers to the near side. Jarvis Newton is the running back. Bordelon in at quarterback. Nobody to the top side of the field.
Marksville staying in that 50 look. They got
looking to the near side. That is complete out to Mingo. Mingo's got it. Mingo's going down the sideline, Coach. 40, 35, inside step, 30, back to the 20, cutting all the way across the field. And Amarion Mingo is going to take this one 61 yards to the house, Coach, and give him 61 yards after catch on that one. It was a wide receiver screen right there at the line of scrimmage.
It was a good job blocking by the wide receivers downfield. I thought TJ should have left go of that guy. He pushed him around for about 35 yards around out there before he actually turned him loose. But that's what you need on those screens is good blocking downfield and the receivers blocking for one another. It makes the play more effective.
Marion Mingo, just the sophomore. We've got a timeout coming following this PAT attempt. 8 minutes in, and it is 20-0. Trojans on top. Snap is back. High snap bobbled around, and you're going to get false start, and that may bail the Trojans out on that one as the play was blown dead before that high snap.
I think Coach Bachman, and if it was me, I would be chewing on somebody here. I know the score is 20 or 21 to nothing, but you can't have these kind of penalties no matter who you play, and these are unforced, just lack of concentration penalties.
You got to believe this will these focus penalties, Coach, will get Bachman and that staff a little more irate than the other penalties.
Yeah. I mean, you can understand if you have a missed tackle or missed block every once in a while, but when you
PAT is up, and it's over the
sides
Tiger cage, and it is good. Back in 60 on LA 103.5.
Lower Power Sports Parts Department has the parts and accessories you need to keep your engines running. With 12,000 square feet and over 100,000 part numbers in stock, we strive to have what you're looking for at the lower price. Whether it's blades, bars, batteries, or tires, our friendly parts associates are here to help. In store, over the phone, or online at lowerpowersports.com. Shop local. Pay the lower price at Lower Power Sports on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria.
You've searched, and then finally, you found it. It's perfect, but you don't know if you can afford it, or what your payment will be, or even if you'll be approved. But at shbnet.com, you can pre-qualify for a loan instantly from Southern Heritage Bank and know your mortgage payment, so that perfect house becomes your perfect house. Visit Southern Heritage Bank at shbnet.com. Southern Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back to Marksville. Trojans on top 21-0 here in the first quarter. Peterman puts a foot into this one. And again, about a yard shy. Going to come to the near side and hit hard. What an off special teams play flying down the field, Coach. And that is number 25. That is coming through is Toot. That's Terrell Blake coming in and making that stop, Coach. And he just flew down into that special teams tackle.
Yeah, I hate to say it for the Marksville Tigers, that bless their heart, they got guys going both ways, and I've been there and done that before. When you in AAA or even AA school, you got guys on the kickoff team that are the same guys that are on the defense, and the same guys that are on the offense, and where the Trojans have the luxury of playing backups on the kickoff and kickoff return team for the most part.
Well, got a new quarterback in for the Tigers, and they put the ball onto the ground. Tigers are going to hang on to it. We'll get the number. That is number 6 that takes that. That was Kerryon Pryor, freshman quarterback out there, taking that one. But you will see Norman make his way back in there. Luke Norman just out for one. Does it look like, Coach, they ran a little bit of wildcat there? Yeah,
they ran it right up the middle. He had a nice little hole, but he kind of tripped and fell that time. But he picked up a couple of yards.
3:09 to go, first quarter of play. Trojans on top 21-0. Norman in the shotgun. Trojan defense pressed in tight. Going to be a direct snap and going to pick up maybe 2 or 3 on there. That direct snap was to Marion Ford, the running back. And that interior line, Coach, led by Jamari Moned and Dozart, and those guys are just banging around and playing. Carl Hall, that group on the front 4 is just solid.
It was definitely a factor in last week's game against St. Thomas More. I was shocked that they were able to control the front like they did, and plus the offensive line too did an excellent job. So that's a key to every game. I don't care what nobody says. The offensive line and defensive line is a big part of the game.
3rd down and 7. Trojans up 21-0. Ball on the ground, and Marksville will hang on to it, but you're going to get a penalty flag that comes in, and that is going to be a personal foul against the Trojans. And that's just another one of those sloppy penalties, Coach, that there was really no need for.
Yeah, like I say, Coach Bachman, if there's something he can chew on about, that'll definitely be it. That's about, I know, at least 5 or 6 penalties already in this first part of the game, first half.
Doug Gann along with Ernie Lott bringing you Ash Trojan football. Big game back in town, Pineville and Tioga. You can hear that on 104.3 The Bridge or K-Buck 105.5. And then Menard and St. Mary's, you can get that call on Sunny 106.9. Certainly appreciate you for listening in or tuning in on Facebook. If you're there, Chuck Perkins doing the producing for us, and my man D'Lo up on the camera tonight.
He's probably getting vibrated up there.
He is, and that ball snapped it back on the ground. Falling around on it is that freshman quarterback, Kerryon Pryor, that comes in. And it looks like, Coach, they're rotating their quarterbacks in.
Right. And least the Trojans that time were smart enough to pull up on it and didn't pounce on him when he was on the ground because he can't get up and run like the pros.
I will say this, the Trojans brought 3 buses of players tonight, so they brought just about their entire freshman team that has come in, and not sure what the conversation is on the near side.
I think the 25-second clock quit working, so.
If it's not working, then they'll keep it on the field.
They were trying to debate, I think, a legal procedure on Marksville, but
they're going to move back to the 27-yard line, and they'll take the result of the play, which was the bobbled and bad snap. Minute 21 to go, first quarter of play. And
Marksville's got a nice crowd over there, I have to say.
They do. It's good to see. The Trojans brought a lot with them, too. A lot of band and palm line and cheerleaders. They stretch out. That handoff is right up the middle. Spinning around is 5, and he is running the ball very well. That's Ford on the first play. And I want to send a big shout-out to our main title sponsor, Hickson Ford of Alexandria. If you're looking for that new automobile, we invite you to go check out the folks at Hickson Ford in Alexandria. You see how I work that?
Yeah, segue. Right. Yeah, I learned some of that radio jack.
Third down and 13. 35 seconds to go here. 21-0. Trojans have the lead. Again, we are down on the field because of the space in the press box. Snap is back. That is Norman. He's rolling to the near side, throws that ball out. It's complete, but just going to be back to the original line of scrimmage. Ball goes onto the ground, but he was down there, and that's going to be a 4th down. That'll bring up 4th down. You feel like you're in a club setting, Coach, the bar, when you're talking really loud, and then the music stops, and there you are loud
and
again.
And the clock just ran out, so we're fixing to swap ends of the field here.
That's going to do it. Coach, just your thoughts if you're coming in and coaching this one. You got to get reps out of your guys. You certainly want to do that. You brought a lot of people. You start filtering some in. We see Joe Bordelon's under the headset. He'll come back in this one. I don't expect to see him too deep into the second quarter, though you should see Brad Wesley in there getting loose. Let me make sure. Yeah, Bradley Wilson. Sorry about that. Bradley Wilson.
Well, in a game like this, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You want your starting guys to get their reps at all possible. At the same time, you need some of the backups to get in because you never know down the line somewhere whether Joe Bordelon might get hurt or one of the wide receivers may get hurt or linemen, so you always need to get them the reps in the second bunch. So if they have to go in, they have some experience. And that's kind of like I say, it's a double-edged sword. You don't want to run the score up either, but at the same time, you want your guys to get some reps. And I'm sure Coach Bachman, he's a class guy, and he's not going to do anything that would make the other coaches on the other side angry. It's just one of those years where Marksville is a little down.
And you don't know that beforehand. These things are put on the schedule a couple of years ago, Coach. And so you don't know. But you go out there and play. And that Marksville team, it's going to get them better for the playoffs, Coach. That's one thing that you got to keep in mind with that. T.J. Johnson stands back right in front of us at the 35-yard line. That kick is kicked low and into the line of scrimmage. Have to get away from it as it's going to roll down out of bounds on the Marksville side of the field, and the Trojans will have it on the 35-yard line.
Man, you're good at that. Even I couldn't tell what yard line that was. You a little short self.
I cheated just a little bit and saw where TJ was lining up and the ball happened to roll out of there. But as I did that, I spotted it incorrectly because the ball will be at the 30-yard line and not the 35. And I get that because I can see the 20. So at field level where we're at, you can't see it, difficult seeing over the players in there. 11:42 here, second quarter. Until halftime we go. We're going to send it back at halftime for an abbreviated halftime segment. Then we'll bring it back for some stats and highlights. You got 2 receivers to the near side.
Still got first group in there right now.
Bordelon with the handoff to Newton. Newton's got it back up the middle, spins around, and he's going to be brought down after a pickup of 6 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 4. Again, 21-0. Trojans with the lead in this one.
That's Trojans' bread and butter running play there. They pull both guard and tackle on the backside or the tackle in the end, depending on what set they're in, and kind of lead trap play.
Out at Marksville, Louisiana, in Avoyles Parish. I'm Doug Gann, Ernie Lott, bringing you Ash Trojan football. Joe Bordelon stands back in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Newton once again up the middle. Newton's going to run and make his way through the line of scrimmage. We'll see. Give him about 4 on the play. If they mark it at the 30, that's going to be right on the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a little
correct,
short.
at the 40 is where they need to get to get that one in. He's about a yard shy of it. 10:31 to go. Trojans in command of this one early. Had the 2 touchdown passes from Bordelon and the run by Newton. Handoff once again goes to Jarvis. Jarvis cuts to the near side. Jarvis is going to be off for the races. He's down to the 40, now the 30, 20, 10. Send to Jarvis Newton, 61 yards into the end zone, Coach, and the second consecutive 61-yard scoring play for the Trojans.
All it takes is just a little gap. There was nobody but the free safety. Put a little move on him, and that was it. It was all over with.
When you crash down on the run like that and a back the caliber of Jarvis Newton gets in there, he's gone. And that's you see that happen a lot. So Jarvis Newton goes, he's over 100 yards with 2 touchdowns on the night. We've got 10 minutes to go until halftime. Peterman looking for his 4th PAT conversion. Snaps have been something to watch. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Snap is back. It's low, but Bordelon gets it. This kick is hammered up, and it is good. 28-0 back after this on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
You've searched, and then finally, you found it. It's perfect, but you don't know if you can afford it, or what your payment will be, or even if you'll be approved. But at shbnet.com, you can pre-qualify for a loan instantly from Southern Heritage Bank and know your mortgage payment, so that perfect house becomes your perfect house. Visit Southern Heritage Bank at shbnet.com. Southern Heritage Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back to live action here in Marksville, and Abel Peterman getting ready to tee this one up. Our man Chuck Perkins in the booth doing a lot for us, and was able to go down and get the drink out of the
Yeah, where's mine, you dirty dog?
You didn't ride with us, Coach.
Oh, I see how you do me. But one
And
thing, there's
got a new kicker in there. Well, we've got a new kicker in there, Coach.
I started to say that.
That's number 45, Daniel Crenshaw. Crenshaw in there teed that one up to kick it. So Peterman getting a little bit of rest and developing some of those younger guys and getting them in big quality situations, Coach. Friday night game action, regardless of the score, is certainly a good place to be. And looks like we may have had an offsides on the Trojans, and they'll re-kick this one.
They're used to Abel Peterman's speed going to the ball, and I think he might have been a little bit slower, so one of the guys got a little bit ahead of the kicker on that one.
That is Daniel Crenshaw, the freshman that is out there teeing this one up, ready to kick this off. So you still have your kicker, your kick coverage team that is out there. Trojans on top 28-0 in this one. 10 minutes until halftime. Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott, bringing you this from Warren Douglas Memorial Stadium.
Well, they didn't penalize him, so I don't know what the deal. Maybe he hadn't blown it ready for play or something.
May not have been done that. That could be the only thing that I think about. So Crenshaw getting ready to tee this thing up. Comes up, puts a foot into it, and Coach, not a bad leg there at all. That one goes to about the 5-yard line where it's corralled. The Tiger runner is going to be down just inside the 30. They'll mark him around the 29-yard line. And
not bad for a freshman.
Very impressed by the leg of Daniel Crenshaw, the freshman kicker that is in there getting some action.
Well, and like I say, people don't understand, but kicking game is a very important part, especially in high school. Your kicking and punting team can make a big difference in where you field position and mistakes and stuff.
Well, all you have to do is go back to that St. Thomas More game a week ago, and their average starting position was plus territory, and they started at their own 20 all night long.
Right, and their 2 punts were.
Snap rolled back to Norman. He's going to fall on it for no gain. Lucky to recover that one. Actually give him maybe a half a yard. Coach?
Yeah, they had, like I said, the St. Thomas More, the punter also kind of shanked a couple and gave the Trojans a good field position again. So that's a good, important part of the game. Clock's running with 9:33. I'm sure that the officials will probably, unless it's really something blatant, they'll keep the clock running here.
This is it. Working on some things, and you got to make sure everybody gets through and stays healthy. Norman in there at quarterback for Marksville. Snaps back, zips this one out. Good pass out to the far side, but just the swarming to the football of the Trojans, coaches.
And we got linemen.
So
we got even linemen going out there. Dozart and some of the other big guys that going down the line of scrimmage.
You talk about that. You know, his brother, Dylan Dozart, who was a senior last year down at McNeese. McNeese and LSU played this past weekend, and there was a picture that Coach Bachman sent to me where Dozart and Jacobin had been going at each other on the line of scrimmage, and that's a great Trojan moment when you see two Trojans playing against each other.
You'd like to see that, and it definitely helps your program when you got guys that playing in big-time college.
Third down at 14. Norman's going to keep it himself, spinning around, getting stood up. We'll see if he makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's one of the few things that I think the Trojans need to work on, especially in the linebackers and secondary tackling part of it. A number of times we've had shots at guys and then didn't bring them down cleanly.
4th down and 11, and back to punt once again is Marksville with 8 minutes to go here until halftime. T.J. Johnson back deep to receive, but I don't expect that you're going to see him with an opportunity for anything. John Larimore, the junior, back to punt this one away. Gets a good snap and kicks this one the opposite side and rolls it past TJ. TJ best served to leave it alone, but picks it up at the 20. Going to come to the 25, now 30. 35 goes TJ, 40. 45 out near midfield, 50 now, and steps out of bounds right at midfield.
I think he could probably went a little further, but decided to just take it to the sideline and let the offense start from about the 50.
TJ just explosive, coach, to go and track that one down and get back in front of it. You know, you tell those baseball players when you're chasing a ground ball that's by you, get around and come out in front of it, and that's what he does. So possibly Coach Briggs checking him out maybe for an outfield position.
Well, they just saved him about 25 yards from the line of scrimmage where he would have been had he not picked it up and returned it.
Trojans have it 1st and 10 at midfield. They're on their own 49. Bordelon's got it, and the handoff goes to Gorham. Gorham bangs through for 2 or 3.
Got a new wide receiver out here, Bradley Wilson, number 14. Eric Jones, number 14 at wide receiver.
And there is a Trojan lineman that is down. That's going to bring 65 Colby Heath into the game. Trojans are holding on, seeing who that is that's down.
That's what you don't want to see, especially in a game like this, is you guys going down, especially in the line. And looks like
try to
speculate who it is, but I believe it's on the right side.
We always like to get off of that. We'll show you what the Trojans do when they're not out on the field. They're over there with the Sky Coach system, checking out the latest plays that were going on. 6:39 and counting here in the first half. Second quarter, it's 28-0. Trojans on top. Newton has a couple of touchdowns, and Bordelon has a couple of touchdowns passing, coach, and it's been just a solid game. That's
something that's a big change from back in the day when I was coaching. We didn't have all the technology that they have now. I mean, the only thing you could do at halftime was the coaches on top of the press box would go in at halftime and say, well, they're doing this or that, or we'd call down from the top of the press box and saying, this, doing that. But when you can actually watch it on on the replay there of what's being done. It makes it a whole lot better for those guys.
The good sign there is Zach Grovning is coming off under his own power. That is certainly always something that you want to see. You know, if you're wondering, one of the things, you're following along with us on our LA 103.5 Facebook page, when there's an injury that a guy is down a little bit longer than normal, we're not going to be on the field with that. We'll get the camera away from it. And is that a penalty flag on there?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
The only thing could have happened is might have been exchanging pleasantries about why Zach was down there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an ankle. It could have been a chop block by the defense. You know, they supposedly outlawed that both on the offense and defense. You can't stand somebody up and
the other one come get it. And the other new rule this year is you have to, if you're going to do a cut block on somebody, you've got to do it automatically. We'll see what the penalty is. And it was thrown right in the grounds of where Bachman was. That's a sideline against the Trojans. And sideline warning has been issued. And Bachman is just not really excited about that. Trojans nevertheless come up at 2nd down and 9. 6:27 and counting here until halftime. Trojans with the lead 28-0 in this one.
Got a new running back, looks like, for the Trojans.
Should be Gorham that's in there. Chris Gorham, number 22. Back to pass is Bordelon, and he zings this one out. Jermaine Minor's got it. He's open to the 20. Now 10 goes Minor, knocked down inside the 10 to the 5. Beautiful pass by Bordelon. Jermaine Minor brings that one in out of the tight end spot.
And that was a question mark coming into the season, I think, as to how good Joe was going to be, because he didn't get a whole lot of reps last year, and he definitely laid that one right on the money. Got a timeout here, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be the 6
hydration timeout.
6-minute timeout. We're going to leave it here. We'll take it after this next conclusion of a drive, Coach. And you know, Bordelon, he's throwing the ball so well in his first 3 games, and you can say what you want to the opponent, whatever it is, he's laying the ball right where it needs to be every single time. I've not seen him maybe throw high one time this season. Very solid at quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, he did get a lot of reps this summer in the 7-on-7 passing camps and stuff, and he looked sharp in that as well. And, you know, in the regular games this year, I thought maybe a little pressure on him might shake him up, but so far he's been on the money, and very few overthrows or missed passes on his part.
Chris Gorham stays in there at running back. We'll see if he ends up paying this drive off. 1st and goal. Trojans have it down inside what I believe is the 5-yard line.
Like to see him get a score here.
Back to pass is Bordelon, and that play is blown dead prior to the snap. They're going to call motion against the Trojans. And, Coach, that's just if we'll get an opportunity to talk to Bachman Thursday night, he's going to tell you they've got so much to clean up.
Yeah, and in a game like this is one thing, but you get to play in the West Monroes and the Rustons and people like that when you get into district play. You can't afford this because it puts you behind the chains and may cost you the game.
5:45 to go until halftime. Trojans up 28-0. 1st and goal from the 10. Bordelon back to pass, spins the ball in his hand, puts this one up in the air to TJ. TJ goes up and is out of bounds, does not get it. And beautiful job in the air of TJ coming up and possessing the ball, but landing.
I think he was on the track that time.
Landing out of bounds. And the track is right up on. There's not much. If you're on a baseball field, they tell you there wasn't much foul territory.
Right.
Out here, there's not a lot of sideline. And so that's what was so strange about the Trojans getting a sideline warning. Well, there's not very much sideline. Another penalty, and that's going to be timeout. Give him timeout because the young man from Marksville couldn't get off the field quick enough.
Yeah, and the other one's slow getting on the field. So, and then Trojans are not really running the NASCAR too much. I mean, they're taking a decent amount of time between plays. That time is probably, 10 seconds or so. That's slow for them.
That's slow for the Trojans indeed. Again, Coach, giving you some sights and sounds of what's going on here. You see the sideline just filled with the support team here, and that's due to the situation in the bleachers. And I say that there's not really, but not too uncharacteristic of the Trojan sideline over there either. Again, not a lot of room on that side, but this one has concession stand and bathrooms on it.
Yeah, that don't get me started because I might hurt somebody's feelings, but I think a 5A school, if you go to the West Monroes, the Rustons, and places like that, and even in Alexandria, every school, the larger schools have restrooms and concession stands and dressing rooms for the visitors. And
back to live action we go. I hate to cut him off. Handoff goes to Gorham, going around the backside, trying to get to the corner. Gorham's going to get to the 5, sidestep inside, find his way down to the.
Going to be close.
I guess they have to give him the 1. There's not much between where Gorham went out of bounds
and
the end zone.
Referee's winding the clock and keep it going, he said.
3rd down and goal for the Trojans.
It's hard to see exactly what yard line, but from the looks of the official, looks like it's about the 1.
He's on the 1.5, 28-0. Gorham, the running back. Again, you have James Harrington in there at the H-back. Gorham gets it. Gorham sidesteps, dives over the top and into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Chris Gorham. Touchdown, Trojans. Good to see that young man getting in there and getting some time. Again, 35-0. Now 34 with the PAT pending. And that is Crenshaw that is going to line up back there to attempt the PAT.
Everybody's getting a little shot here. I know his heart's probably in his chest. First time to kick an extra point.
34-0, 4.5 to go until halftime. Crenshaw puts a beautiful foot into
right
this
up
one.
in the middle.
But penalty beforehand, it looks like. And, wow, special teams penalties. Crenshaw is going to be backed up 5 yards. And I can tell you how this bus ride home is going to be, and I can tell you how this halftime talk is going to be, Coach. It's not going to be one full of pleasantries from the birthday boy.
No doubt. The fact that you're leading 34-0, it has nothing to do with the level of play that you expect out of your guys, and it's not been real sharp.
Got a timeout coming after this. I will tell you, I've been impressed with the leg of young Daniel Crenshaw. High snap again. This kick is up, and it is good. 35-0. Trojans with the lead. Back in 60 on LA 103.5.
Did you know BK Distributors have the fastest signs in town? They have signs for everything. If you're in need of signs or banners for your political campaign, your business, or just for that family reunion, BK Distributors has it all. With outstanding quality, fast turnaround, and the best prices in town. If you've been looking for the right place to handle your signage needs, well, here's your sign. Call Scott today, 318-442-2246, and let him help you. BK Distributors, Highway 28 East in Pineville, behind Arby's.
Lower Power Sports Parts Department has the parts and accessories you need to keep your engines running. With 12,000 square feet and over 100,000 part numbers in stock, we strive to have what you're looking for at the lower price. Whether it's blades, bars, batteries, or tires, our friendly parts associates are here to help. In store, over the phone, or online at lowerpowersports.com. Shop local. Pay the lower price at Lower Power Sports on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria.
And we are back to Marksville. It is 35-0. Trojans have the lead. Doug Gann, Ernie Lott, and the band of Trojans right beside us.
I'm glad I got a headsets on. At least I'm not going totally deaf.
Daniel Crenshaw in to kick for the Trojans. Puts this one back to the 10-yard line. Now the 15 and 20 to the near side. Right up the middle. Spin around, ball in the air. Trojans with an opportunity. And it looks like we'll see who is falling on this one.
No officials.
And the Trojans have the football. And, Coach, the young man, Marksville, just trying to make some big plays.
He made a nice spin move.
He had a spin. But there was a
hand.
Trojan coming to the offside of him, and it comes up putting a helmet on it.
Well, and if you notice, the field is starting to get torn up out here. They had about 10 or 12 inches of rain down here because I came down here during all the rain, and it wasn't hardly doing anything in Ellick, but it was flooding down here.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, it will be the First South Farm Credit halftime show. And again, tonight, you can catch the Southern Heritage Bank Louisiana Friday Night Lights. That will wrap up at 10 o'clock or at the end of this game. And that will have some big things being said about it, about that Pineville-Tioga matchup. We'll try to get some scores from you on that. Bordelon stays in there. He's got Gorham to his right. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Joe back to pass, looking over the top, throws this one deep. looking for TJ, misses that one, and a penalty flag is going to be thrown right in the middle of the field, and the official throws it with a little bit of gusto that time, if you will.
As a back judge, I believe. He put the arm on that one.
He did. We'll see.
Or was that the umpire that made the call? But at any rate, Joe, that's one of the first bad passes he's really made other than the overthrow in the end zone a while ago. Kind of led him to the wrong side that time. Got
personal foul against the Trojans, Coach, and that was going to be that underneath block that's not right away.
Yeah.
So 3:05 clock will run here. The referee, there you go, getting that to go. 35-0 here. Trojans on top. Remember, Marksville deferred, and they will get the ball to start the second half. Expect this to be the last drive. You see Bordelon in there. I don't think he'll come back out in the third quarter. Handoff goes to Gorham up the middle. He sidesteps, makes a man miss. Now Gorham trying to get to the clear, cuts back to the inside. Chris Gorham making another man miss, and some nifty moves by Chris Gorham, Coach. And my goodness, what a run that was. He goes 47 yards for the touchdown. And that was all Chris Gorham on that run.
Showed some moves like that, starting running back that time. I mean, he cut back in nice speed and put it in the end zone. 2 minutes and 31 seconds left.
And so if you're watching along, Gorham is in that sea of Trojan players, depending on which angle that you're on. There you see the young man. And that was probably some of the finest running that you'll see. Extra point from Crenshaw is up, and it's good. Going to keep it right here, 42-0. Trojans have the lead. And Coach, one of the better runs that we've seen all year, and it's just the way Gorham was having to make people miss and putting out stiff arms and spinning around. They'll watch that one on the tape a lot.
And I'm sure he'll catch a little grief from the other guys, Jenkins, what about, oh, man, what a run, and they're messing with him, but.
Right.
But that was a very good run. I'm sure they're getting some more young Trojans in the ball game here. Can't catch all the numbers, but time to get them on the kick teams and specialty teams and stuff.
Daniel Crenshaw, we expect to come out and set up this extra point, or this kickoff. Trojans have been perfect on extra points tonight, whether it's been Peterman or whether it's been Crenshaw. He's added a couple of PATs and not really disappointed in the leg of the young freshman, getting the ball to about the 10-yard line, but expect him to further strengthen that leg as he gets older.
Right, and by next year he'll be putting it in the end zone, hopefully.
Well, next year he'll need to.
Yeah. One thing for sure you can say about the Marksville, they're getting a bunch of points by playing a 5A school that's ranked number 1 in the state by Max Prep. And win or lose, they're going to pick up a bunch of wins in the 3A.
Crenshaw puts a foot into this one, goes back to the 5-yard line. Spinning around again as a young man. You remember that last drive started following a kickoff return that resulted in a fumble. So a couple of turnovers tonight, 3 and 21 points off of turnovers. And Coach, barring something unforeseen, I expect that to be the last time that we see Joe Bordelon on this night.
I would think so. 42-0 at the halftime with about 2 minutes to go. That should be it for him and most of the first-team guys, I would think, receivers, and they may leave a few of the linemen in to, especially the center, to work with the snaps and stuff, but still get some subs in the game.
Still under the headset is Bordelon. You don't see there's going to be a timeout. We're going to leave it right here. The Trojans take the timeout. I don't see Bradley Wilson getting loose at all. Coach, it's a good workout for the Trojans. We expected this. It's going to get a lot of points from Marksville. And I'm going to tell you, Marksville won't play a tougher team this year through the playoffs or anything that they do. And so it's good work for the Marksville Tigers.
Yeah, as long as they don't get anybody seriously injured, like I say, these guys will see what kind of level that they got to play at. Because you will run into some teams as you get into the playoffs that they might not be quite as good as the Trojans, but they will have some big linemen and they're going to have some speed and things like that that they will have to match up against.
Doug Gann, Ernie Lott bringing you Ash Trojan football. 42-0 nearing the half. Don't forget, we're going to send you back to the studio at halftime. Snap is back. Norman hands off to the near side. That is Ford running the ball around the near side of the Trojans sideline.
That was a good job by the defensive front that time. They held the line of scrimmage. Big Gum, I kind of see his number there. If he turn around. It's 11.
You still see some of the older guys mixed in, Coach, just showing a little senior leadership and older leadership. You see Jamari Monette still in the game.
That's who it was. He stuffed him right there at the line of scrimmage.
Chris Clark in there, John Parrish, all of those guys still getting some work. Handoff goes right up the middle. Ford's got it once again. He is going to be driven and thrown back. Great job in the middle of the field by the Trojans defensively. That was, we'll see, it looked like Carl Hall. That was the first one in there. And clock gets down under 1 minute to go. Timeout by the Trojans.
It was still running there for a second, but I guess wanted to try to get the ball back maybe one more time. Here it's third down. I guess you can get the guys some work.
The only thing that you can surmise out of this is that Bachman wants those timeouts or those penalties straightened out. And you can believe as that first unit gets ready to get back out onto the field, they've got a lot of cleaning up to do. And, you know, they were just a step ahead of Marksville in this first half, Coach, but that doesn't allow you the opportunity to get sloppy with what they're doing.
Right, and you want to play at the top of your game no matter who you play, and I'm sure he'll emphasize that at the halftime, even though they're leading by 42-0 here.
42-0, 1 minute even. Norman in there at quarterback. He's been there the entire way. Keeps it. Quarterback sprint out to the far side is going to be hit and hammered down. Fine defensive play. But the Trojans have got to, the little extracurricular. That's Anaya Jones with the tackle. And the Trojans once again will take a timeout and bring up fourth down. Clock continues to run. So not getting the timeout that they wanted. The near side official called the timeout, and I guess the Trojans, perhaps they didn't. The official to the near side just looked at it. 20 seconds until halftime. You don't expect that Marksville's going to have to punt this one away, but Amirion Mingo standing back at the 43-yard line of the Trojans.
I think the side judge over here called for a timeout, and they didn't recognize it. And
he did with about 50 seconds to go.
And they've only got 11 on the clock, so I guess Coach wanted to work on a punt return right here or something. Coach Severio is going to go out and give the official an earful, I think, because they, like I say, they ran off about, 40 seconds. Because it was about 50 seconds on the clock when they called the timeout originally.
I didn't think I was going that crazy. Coming up at halftime, we have the First South Farm Credit halftime show. We're going to throw it back to our man, Jeff Aiken, and 45 seconds are back on the clock. And again, you saw Joe Bordelon in that first offensive unit, Coach, wanting to get in there and get a little bit more, I guess, to try to clean some of those false starts and holds and penalties, get that stuff cleaned up.
Yeah, or work on a punt return right here would be nice.
Amirion Mingo is back deep in coverage. He stands at the 45-yard line. That is the sophomore.
Oh, I can hear.
Right. Snap is back, rolling to the near side. That kick is a low line drive. Mingo is going to spin around.
Soccer
He
style.
picks it up, and Mingo's got it. Mingo coming to the near side. He gets to the 40. Now 50. Midfield goes Mingo. Mingo out to the 40-yard line is where he will come down. Amirion Mingo, again, another one of those. And that young man that's punting the ball for Marksville has that good roll on it. If he can get that ball out of there like he did, the Trojans aren't putting a lot of pressure on it. But he's got that good spin on the ball. It rolls back and makes it difficult for the return men to pick it up.
Yeah, that was about a 40-yard punt, even though it wasn't but about 10 foot high. It got a nice roll on it.
Very pleased with the punting of the young man from Marksville.
You think the Trojans are going to go for the big one here, or are they going to?
I don't. Well,
got Mingo back at running back here.
Well, Jarvis Newton is back in at running back.
Jarvis. No. Thought it was Mingo. My bad.
TJ to the near side. Jermaine Minor in there, and you've got two receivers to the top. This is the main set for this Trojan offense. There's 35 seconds to go until halftime. 42-0, they lead. Back to pass is Bordelon. He's looking. The quick hitter to the near side is complete. Gain of 5, and they're working on tempo is what the Trojans will do here. 24 seconds and counting. And the problem that you have here, the Trojans, you're going away from the clock, and this is exactly what they're working on, Coach, is that 2-minute drill, and Bordelon just spikes it. And those that are just this is not trying to get another score or run the score up. This is simply working on things that you're not able to work on in practice.
Yeah, and they got about 12 seconds to probably get 2 more passing plays here if they don't score. Uh-oh.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, we're not sure. And, look, that's probably going to – Trojans may end up taking a knee. We're not sure who they're calling that on. But that was one of those, Coach, that the official just throws the flag and gets on out of there. And another one of those, and whoever received that one will be out of the game. So you got to really be careful with that now. Not sure who that one was called on. Maybe at halftime we can get some clarity.
Well, the clock didn't start, so.
12 seconds until halftime, and again, Bachman wanting to clean things up on this drive, and it's only gotten worse. That's TJ. TJ's caught on the slant. Good blocking downfield by Minor. Down, and the ball is fumbled and rolling around. Trojans will fall on it. The clock stops because of the first down. And Marksville comes out of that with the football, Coach. And goodness gracious, you were looking to clean some stuff up, and all you do is have a big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty and then a fumble. And this is not at all the way the Trojans wanted to go into the half. Up 42-0, and just sloppy is the best way that I can put it.
Yeah, it's not very pretty, and I'm sure Coach can't be all happy with it, especially the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and such.
Coming up, we're going to send it back to the half. And you'll hear Jeff Aiken and our First South Farm Credit halftime report.
Working on the prevent defense here. We got 3 men rushing, dropping 8.
And it just big pressure by the Trojans. And that's mercifully will do it for the half. Coach, just Trojans with a big lead, but I'm telling you that's not at all what you wanted to see happen out of that. The Trojans will be back in 15 minutes. We're going to send it back out to the studios and Jeff Aiken for the First South Farm Credit halftime show. You're listening to Ash Trojan Football on LA 103.5.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charity schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it! Mom, Dad, the magician's here. Magician?
Oh, yeah. Honey, the magician's here.
Oh, right. Can I go watch? Sure.
Hi, Timmy. Are you ready?
Boy, am I.
Okay. See that dirt, grime, and residue?
Yep.
Now you see it? Now you don't.
Wow, amazing!
Senla Power Wash. We offer house washing, shingle roof washing, and commercial washing services. Call 318-446-0838.
This is Nikki Chandler, loan officer with First South Farm Credit here in Alexandria. Are you looking for land out in the country to build your dream home? Then you need a lender who specializes in financing rural land. At First South, we've helped so many of our members who wanted to buy that small tract of land away from the city. As your loan officer, I'm there from application all the way to the closing table. Building that relationship is the best part of what we do. If you're thinking of buying or refinancing land, call me, Nikki Chandler, at First South Farm Credit, or visit us at firstsouthland.com.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria, proud supporter of area high school football.
It's the First South Farm Credit halftime show on the SMG Sports Network. From the Game Night studio, here's Jeff Aiken.
Let's turn our attention to Class 4A very quickly. We got Vanderbilt Catholic and Newman going at it. Right now, Newman leads Vanderbilt Catholic 28-0. Church Point and Rain going at it. Right now, Church Point ahead 8-0 in that contest. North Central, they trail Woodlawn out of Shreveport 14-0. Avoyles, they lead Eunice 12-0. This is such an interesting deal. Hunter Bauer with GoPreps.com, he joins me every week on the pregame show, was talking about Avoyles. They do not have punts formations, right? Punt formations in their playbook. And they do onside kicks on the kickoff. And so they're totally an offensive-minded team. And he suggests if you ever get to go see them play. Right now, like I said, Avoyles leading Eunice 12-0 right now. Ascension Episcopal, they lead North Vermilion 22-0. Live Oak and St. Michael knotted up at 0. Also around the state of Louisiana, we've got DeRidder and Jennings going at it. Pretty good ball game so far in the second quarter. Jennings leads DeRidder 14-10. Lakeshore, they trail North Shore 10-3. Again, these are Class 4A scores. Menden, they lead North Webster 14-3. In Class 3A tonight, Vermilion Catholic, they're getting shut out by Abbeville 24-0. Westlake, they lead Vinton 20-6. Northwest, they lead Kaplan. That game is tied. Northwest and Kaplan tied at 6 right now. Captain Shreve, Union Parish also tied at 7. DeQuincy and Southern Beauregard, they're playing tonight. Tight game right now. DeQuincy leads South Beauregard 7-6. Lake Charles College Prep, they lead Southwood 13-0. Southwood, of course, out of Shreveport. Sterlington over Oak Grove right now 7-3. That game is in the second quarter. Also, you have Assumption and E.D. White. They're playing, and E.D. White leading Assumption 7-0. Vinton over Richwood 21-12. Let's take a look at Class 2A very quickly. North Vermilion and Ascension Episcopal, they're playing. Ascension Episcopal tonight leading North Vermilion 22-0. Westlake over Vinton 20-6. St. Paul's leading Catholic out of New Iberia 17-6. I'll repeat this score because it's so important. This is a game that we are watching tonight. Acadiana and Lafayette Christian knotted up at 7. Overland and Oakdale, they're going at it. Oakdale getting the best of the Tigers right now, 27-7. The Quincy over South Beauregard 7-6. Bolton and North Caddo going at it. Wow, look at this score. North Caddo 42. The Bolton Bears 8 right now. That game is in the second quarter. Also tonight, Red River and Mansfield going at it. And currently, Red River, they came out tonight really looking to do some good things here in the third game of the season. And currently, they are really, they're trying to hold their own right now in this contest. It is Red River 20, Mansfield leading 28-20 over Red River. We'll have more scores for you coming up. We'll send you back to your game as the halftime show continues on the SMG Sports Network.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
So, your transmission is kaput. Time to get a new or a new-to-you vehicle? Wrong. Certified Transmission can fix your transmission problems and preserve your investment in your vehicle. Certified Transmission will also save you the hassle of trying to find a good vehicle that you can afford without a good trade-in, because most car dealers are not going to want to accept your vehicle in trade. So having Certified Transmission fix your vehicle is the best option of getting back on the road in a vehicle you can trust. Go where you know. Certified Transmission on the Monroe Highway in Ball.
At Whataburger, how do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa, and pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger. Available by dine-in, drive-through, curbside, and delivery. Delivery available in select locations. Fees may vary.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charities, schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan Spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it! Ash Trojan Football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
And we are back live to Marksville. I am Doug Gann, and Ernie is out to the concession stand. Great setup over here. They've got tiger fries, which are some of the great concession stand things. And we've got the halftime show continuing on here. Been all Trojans in the first half. They lead 42-0 in this one, looking for a little bit more. And the story that we're getting, the team staying out there the bulk of the time that first team offense has done, is things have gotten a little bit chippy there with some cutting along the line that's going on, and leading to a couple of Trojan injuries on there. Not significant ones, we don't believe, but something to keep an eye out on in this game. Those Trojans and Bachman and that group are not going to be too pleased about that. I am Doug Gann, Ernie Lott, bringing you Ash Trojan Football, brought to you by Hickson Autoplex. Of course, our great sponsor of the Thomas Bachman Show, that is Walk-Ons. That's on Thursday night, as well as a host of others that make all of this possible. And we couldn't do any of it without you. The ability, we thank our friends at Sky Mobile LLC for allowing us to utilize their internet setup. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for internet and you can't find a source, you need something that's unlimited, something that's unthrottled, check out Sky Mobile LLC. There'll be a link. I'm affiliate of those guys, so we do make a little bit off of if you do it. But anywhere we go, the internet that makes it possible for us is Sky Mobile LLC. We're bringing you Ash Trojan Football from Warren Douglas Memorial Stadium in Marksville, Louisiana. Going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be just about ready to get the second half underway. You're listening to Ash Trojan Football on LA 103.5.
At Calvary, we love gathering together, whether it's for Bible study or Sunday worship. We believe the study of God's Word is essential for spiritual growth, and the fellowship helps us experience life together. At Calvary, you're part of a family that is part of a local, regional, and global community. Join us Sunday mornings at 9 and 10:30. We would welcome the opportunity to meet you and give you a place to begin again. Calvary, Alexandria. Connect, grow, and begin again.
You've searched, and then finally, you found it. It's perfect, but you don't know if you can afford it, or what your payment will be, or even if you'll be approved. But at shbnet.com, you can pre-qualify for a loan instantly from Southern Heritage Bank and know your mortgage payment, so that perfect house becomes your perfect house. Visit Southern Heritage Bank at shbnet.com. Southern Heritage Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Ma'am, the doctor will see you now.
I can't see the doctor.
No, the doctor's right here. He's ready to see.
No, you don't understand. Are you hearing me? I'm telling you, I can't see the doctor.
Don't let it come to this.
Louisiana Eye and Laser Center. Come visit us at one of our 13 locations or look us up online.
If you haven't tried Rosie Joe's in Alexandria, then where you at? They have an incredible menu with so many options. Handmade hamburgers, po' boys, Philly cheesesteaks, crawfish or shrimp etouffee, gumbos, and much more. Have you tried the new Cajun chicken nachos? Oh yeah, it's as delicious as it sounds. Rosie Joe's is open 7 days a week, and happy hour is weekdays from 2 to 5. They can cater any event too. Rosie Joe's. Follow them on Facebook or call them at 318-442-8245. If you try them once, be ready to become a regular. As Trojan football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
And we are back live to Marksville, Louisiana. Doug Gann and Ernie Lott going in. I think Ernie went and checked out some of the Tiger fries is what I believe. This one at halftime, 42 to nothing in this one. About 3 minutes to go, and we're going to recap a little bit that happened in that first quarter. You know, the Trojans got out early and got this thing going with the Jarvis Newton touchdown. Following that, we had Joe Bordelon go through the air a couple of times, and then the 61-yard run by Newton, and then another big run at the end of it by Chris Gorham, who, Coach, had one of the niftiest runs that I think I've seen in the time that I've been covering Ash Trojan football.
Well, he did a nice job of cutting back against the grain, using his blockers down the field, and made a nice run. I just went down and talked to Coach Bachman. I asked him what was going on with all the unsportsmanlike penalties, and he said, well, I won't get into exactly what he said. Never mind.
I can tell you he's not pleased at all with the way things are going, and not sure, Peterman doesn't join the crowd. Neither did Zach Gravning on there, and that's usually indicative of players that are shaken up just a little bit on there. So not sure the situation, again, due to HIPAA rules and that. We won't get into any injuries or anything that's going on or even potential ones. Needless to say, I don't expect that you'll see those two back in the ball game tonight, Coach. But I do believe I was off base on the fact that I believe the Trojans offense will come back out on the field.
Yeah, I think you'll probably have them run one more series or so. But what I understand, I think there might be some cut blocking going on, chop blocking, and that's what's getting the unsportsmanlike calls. But, the kids are getting aggravated because it's not being called, and then they answer back with something or push back or whatever, and then, of course, we get in the penalty. And
clear up the penalty that was on the spike of the football when they were trying to clock the ball.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Bachman about that, and he said the Federation rules, they changed that a couple of years back, that you can spike the ball from the shotgun position. What the penalty was, I have no idea, but I can tell you right now, he's not happy, and whoever the white hat is, I think he may get not a very good report from Coach Bachman, and may get cut, which you can do. So many officials that you can cut during the course of the year, and I'm sure he may send the film to the
LHSAA.
LHSAA. So but that's for Coach Bachman to worry about, not us. And just as long as you don't get anybody seriously hurt by some of the illegal things that might be going on.
And that's a game that has been, I guess, led by a clock that's been running. When we say a running clock, one that does not stop on every time that normally you would see one stop.
Right. And
it's been running since midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, the ball goes out of bounds, incomplete pass, and they come back and spot it, and, of course, the clock's still running. It's almost like the pros.
Right. And so needless to say, 42 to nothing. A big eye on Joe Bordelon, who has thrown the ball on the money short of that one pass to TJ towards the end of the second quarter. He's just been lights out.
Yeah, I don't know what his stats are, how many he's completed, but I'd say he's probably only about 2 or 3 that he's missed completely. But, man, we must have a wheel get up on the back of the truck all of a sudden there.
Look, how you can't talk about anybody that's running the production in here whatsoever.
Well, hey,
we'll
he's going to cut us off. That's what happened.
We'll be wiped out. Setting the scene for you just a little bit, we are over here in the back of a truck on the sideline, and we'll try to give you, if you're watching, a little bit of a vantage point as to where Coach Lott and I are at. You see us making our way into the screen, and the program's going to switch over there just in a second. You'll see there. Here we are. We are in the back of, this is Chuck's truck, and because there's no room in the press box, although I see it dark on one end of it, so we certainly could have been in there. The other option was to be on top of the roof that is on the other side. But look, anything above 5'6" starts to bother me. This standing up on this part of it is even getting a little bit to us. We've got the Honda generator that's running in the back, extension cords running into the back of the truck, and, of course, our Sky Mobile LLC Internet. Throw all of that together, and we're bringing you Ash Trojan football from Marksville. And, Coach, homecoming next week. They go on, they get back home, and they will welcome in Coach Marvin Hall and that Peabody Warhorse team.
Yeah, Coach Hall's had a rough start to the beginning of the year, but I'm sure he's going to get his troops going, and I'm not sure who they're playing tonight, but that should be a good game. Of course, our kids know their kids and vice versa, and it's going to be a big rival game regardless of.
Indeed it is. If you're following along, then the following week will be the Thursday game. That is a Thursday game, so we will bring the Thomas Bachman Show to you either on Tuesday or Wednesday night, depending on Coach Bachman's schedule. And that's when the Trojans make the Week 5 trip to Winona, Mississippi. And hopefully one of you guys know where that's at, because I don't. I think it's somewhere north of Jackson,
Just get
south
on
of
55
Memphis, and
go north. Yep.
Then we roll into district, and that's the big West Monroe game up there. 3 of the district contests are up in West Monroe. We're going to get back to the action now, as the Trojans will be kicking the ball off, and Daniel Crenshaw will tee things up for the Trojans, and expect a lot more of that running clock, and it may not stop as much as it did, but that Trojan offense is poised and ready to go. Now, I did see Bradley Wilson out there getting loose. He and Joe Bordelon both were getting loose before the second half is here to get underway. And so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I see Peterman on the sitting on the bench there. Looked like may have got a shoe off. He may have sprained an ankle or something, tweaked it a little bit. Like I say, this field is wet, so he might have plant foot what it looks like that he may have sprained.
Well, they're not gonna let them get it started, because there's still 30 seconds left on the clock. And so the official will jump in there and hover over the football. And he will give it back to the kicker.
5-yard penalty for something. I guess that was it from the end of the half, undoubtedly. I don't know.
There's really no telling.
Oh, no, that was a 15, because it's all the way back to the 25. My bad. So that was unsportsmanlike at the end of the game, I assume. All right, end of the first half.
Well, we are back to live action, and they're getting the clock set back to 12 minutes. And this has really been a strange first half and halftime, Coach.
Yeah.
Penalty numbers, we'll look at the stats tonight and report on all of that in our update tomorrow. Crenshaw puts a foot into this one and hammers it back. It's around the 25-yard line where it's taken. And that Trojan kickoff team making its way down and going to stop the Marksville return man. That was Ford that had it. He's going to be driven out of bounds in that offense behind Normand, who has been in there all of the snaps except a couple of them for Marksville.
Not a bad job by Crenshaw. He kicked that ball from the 25 down to almost to the 25 on the other end. So
he's going to be, look for him, as if not his sophomore year, his junior or senior year, to be putting the ball back into the end zone, and just the Trojans developing another weapon at kicker.
Looks like the Trojans got the starting defense back in there. I would look for him to play one more series here.
Depends on how the game gets cleaned up. You see Jalen Johnson to the near side. He had the big interception that set up the second touchdown of the game. Handoff is up the middle. The Trojan defensive line steady to the test. And there's going to be a pickup of perhaps, well, they give him 5 on the forward progress, Coach.
Yeah, I guess I'm sure Coach Coach J.T. Dunbar made some adjustments at halftime here, and see that nice pickup on the first down there. See what they got going for the second half here.
Under 11 minutes to go, third quarter of play. Trojans on top, 42-0. And you remember in that first game, the Faraday game, the Trojans rolled in a lot of quarterbacks. We'll see what happens tonight. There's Norman's got it to the far side. He's going to be driven out of bounds. Marksville, I believe, still looking for their first down of the night.
Could be. That was Luke Norman they moved him back to quarterback again, and he's going to be close to first down, third, and about looks like 3 yards to go here for a first down.
Third and a couple outside. The ball sits around about the 44-yard line. It looks like need to get to the 47 for the first down. 10-16 to go. Third quarter play. Trojans rolling 42-0 in this one. Again, Doug and Ernie Lott bringing you Ash Trojan football.
Got Bradley Wilson warming up on the sideline over here, so he may go into the game.
Handoff goes up the middle. Helmet comes off of a Trojan. Going to be out near the first, perhaps a half a yard shy, depending where they mark it. And Toot's going to have to come off of the field.
Man, he's going to mark. I'll give him a first down, I believe. And they didn't measure it.
It is. That's the first down of the night for Marksville from what we're seeing. Terrell Blake, the Trojan defender that lost a helmet that had to come off of the field. 9.5 to go. Third quarter of play. Trojans on top 42-0. First possession. Remember that Marksville won the toss and elected to defer. Handoff goes to the first man through. That's Ford, and he's going to be driven back for a loss of 6 or 7.
I think the Trojans may have stunted that time. We got one slow to get up out there and kind of got rolled up on. Trying to see who it is.
That's Chris Clark, and he is up and going to come off of the field now, but got up on his own power.
That's what you don't want to see.
We'll have to check and
hurt.
see. I believe that's Clark.
Looks like it may be his wrist. He looks like he's got it taped up already. So
Terrell Blake back in the game. You saw coming off of the field that time, number 10, Aiden Walker. He's the big sophomore linebacker that we've talked about. Back to pass is Norman. That's going to be a lateral dropped in the backfield, but caught. That pass was behind the line of scrimmage, hauled in, albeit a loss of 5 on the play.
Third and about 16 yards. Trojans defense is tightening it up here.
So following the first down, the Trojans have put Marksville back behind the chains and back behind where they were when they got that first down. Marksville looking to make a drive into Trojan territory and stay there. They've not been there all night. Norman back to pass. He's rolling to the near side, being pressured, looking for a man. He's still rolling around and just going to dump this one off, and a fine catch on the sideline, but that young man was wearing the white of the Trojans.
Yeah, that was the better part of valor there. He just threw it into the bench there to keep him losing additional yardage. So
that's going to bring up 4th down and 16 for Marksville. Again, there are a lot of times that you probably can't hear what's going on as that band is right beside us in this one. It's space limited over here on the sideline in Marksville.
Mingo is back deep to receive this punt. Like to see him get open and turn on the burners right here.
Been impressed by this punter as he rolls around and then lets one go, and it rolls. It hits about 5 yards and then rolls. That one, though, rolled right out of bounds. Trojans will have it. See where they stop at the 32-yard line. 37 is where they'll be.
See what group goes in here. It looks like maybe the backups may be coming in.
31-yard line is where it's at. Again, unable to see. That's where the Trojans are bunched up right there. We'll see who comes in at quarterback. Looking around to see if I see Joe on the sideline. And Joe is not.
Yeah, we got number 13.
Yeah, that's Bradley
Wilson out at quarterback.
Had his first varsity touchdown in the Faraday game, a completion out to Mingo. So we'll keep you up to date on all of the players that are coming in. A young man running on the field late for the Trojans. 6:12 to go, already halfway through this one. Handoff goes right up the middle. Big run for the Trojans. And that is number 20.
J.T. Lindsay.
Coach, and Lindsay and Duncan, you're going to hear a lot about from the Trojans in their backfield.
Right?
That's right. He and Jimmy Duncan are a couple of freshmen that they're very excited about.
Already so to the 6-minute timeout.
One play and already to the 6-minute timeout. We're going to have to take it with them. We'll be back in 60 seconds on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
Lower Power Sports Parts Department has the parts and accessories you need to keep your engines running. With 12,000 square feet and over 100,000 part numbers in stock, we strive to have what you're looking for at the lower price, whether it's blades, bars, batteries.
Back to live action we go. We are in Marksville. Back to pass is Wilson. He completes this one to the near side. First down, big pass out to the side, catch and run for the Trojans.
Number 80
number 80, and that's Darius Washington. Coach, a lot of these freshmen that Coach Bachman and that group are very high on.
Yeah, the quarterback laid the ball right out there in his hands, and he made a nice run, a nice catch, a nice run. Got number 14 out there for the Trojans at the wideout. That's Eric Jones, a junior. Trying to see who the H-back is.
4:59 and counting here. Ball is snapped, and that's going to be down as Bradley is going to have to fall on it, and he does.
Yeah, that
so
was
a bad snap. It looked like Bradley was looking around to do something with it.
Yeah. The better part of valor there was just to fall on the ball because they had about 2 or 3 Tigers in the backfield.
Well, in the backfield is J.T. Lindsay, that freshman running back. Again, going to be just a good-looking young man. I saw him, talked to him in the locker room there when they were going over some film with him. Very, very high on the future of JT at running back. Bradley calls for the ball. He's going to turn and spin and hand off to Lindsay. Lindsay cuts back to the middle, spins around, still going, running hard. Going to get back the loss on there, plus 2 or 3, but that's going to bring up third down. Interesting point as the Trojans have yet to PUNT this year, Coach, and don't want that to put that on them, but.
Well, and Abel was down here on the sideline, so I don't know who the backup punter is. I guess Joe, huh?
You got to believe that Joe will go out there, and Coach Bachman made that statement that they've always used their quarterbacks as punter, but Abel did a lot of work at the kicking camps this offseason. Bradley's got it, not looking to punt. He's going down the field. Oh, that's going to be pass interference all over the place. So the Trojans avoid the fourth down, and that was intended, Coach, for Eric Jones. But I'm telling you, young man Bradley Wilson can spin the football.
He slung it, man. I was impressed. About 50 yards in the air, and had the guy not interfered, it would probably been 6. But it was a good penalty there.
Just a sophomore and looking to compete, getting some good reps in this game. And
they already moved the chain, so the
they're
original
moving
line
it
of
back
scrimmage.
because it is under no circumstances a spot foul.
Yeah, they watched too much pro ball there. The chain gang, they were going to move it down to where the
foul occurred.
Right.
Remember, they'll give them the yardage, and that will be enough for a first down, not an automatic first down. But so the Trojans will have the ball. First down and 10. There's midfield 40. So the 35-yard line clock rolls here. 3.5. We'll make up our timeouts along the way as best we can as this one is rapidly rolling along. Bradley calls for the ball. Back to pass once again. throws this one on a rope, out and complete, making a man miss and getting to the end zone. What a play, Coach, and that was Eric Jones, who turned around, caught the ball, and made quite a move to shake his defender and go to the house.
I tell you what, the young Trojans not looking bad at all.
Bradley Wilson give him his second varsity touchdown of the season and of his young career. And that now is 48 to nothing. Crenshaw in for the PAT. Bordelon back up to hold this one.
Got a little confusion because of some of the guys. I think that's the first team extra point team, except for the kicker.
So the run by Gorham, as Crenshaw puts a foot into this one up. Good. Got to take this. We'll get back into that. We'll be back in 60 seconds on LA 103.5.
Did you know BK Distributors have the fastest signs in town? They have signs for everything. If you're in need of signs or banners for your political campaign, your business, or just for that family reunion, BK Distributors has it all. With outstanding quality, fast turnaround, and the best prices in town. If you've been looking for the right place to handle your signage needs, well, here's your sign. Call Scott today, 318-442-2246, and let him help you. BK Distributors, Highway 28 East in Pineville, behind Arby's. So, your transmission is kaput. Time to get a new or new-to-you vehicle? Wrong. Certified Transmission can fix your transmission problems and preserve your investment in your vehicle. Certified Transmission will also save you the hassle of trying to find a good vehicle that you can afford without a good trade-in, because most car dealers are not going to want to accept your vehicle in trade. So, having Certified Transmission fix your vehicle is the best option of getting back on the road in a vehicle you can trust. Go where you know. Certified Transmission on the Monroe Highway in Ball. This is Ash Trojan Football, presented by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
We're back to Marksville. I am Doug Gann alongside of Ernie Lott. Coach, say what you want to, but these youngsters from Ash really look good.
No doubt. I was impressed with both the pitch and the catch that time. Right on the money, nice move by the receiver, and then picked up another touchdown. We got everybody new on the kickoff this time. So.
49-0 as Crenshaw marks his steps off, and he's ready to get this thing going here. 3:11 to go, third quarter of play. Crenshaw puts a foot into this one, and say what you want, I'm impressed with the leg of that young man. He would be a very good kicker had the Trojans not had Abel Peterman over there. And 41 coming up and making that special team stop is Cortez Simon.
Freshman, a lot of freshmen out there on the field, and I tell you what, they sticking their head in there. They're not scared.
Two good moves in this one, and you expect a lot of things from those starters. But the run by Chris Gorham, a candidate for the Whataburger, what a play of the game, and that run by Eric Jones after the catch, another one of those candidates.
It's good to get these kids some recognition, especially the young guys getting to play in time, and it could help them down the road at some point.
2:46 and counting, third quarter of play, 49-0. Trojans with the lead. Norman hands off to Ford, the first man through. That interior line, second team of the Trojans standing in there and doing work.
Got a lot of new numbers. Try to get some of them as they come onto the field. That was number 37 just checked in for the Trojans.
Crenshaw back there at safety also.
Yeah.
So the freshman Daniel Crenshaw, the kicker, is back there at safety.
Got number 50, Demarion Pryor. He's in the game as a defensive tackle, a lineman.
2:07 to go. Third quarter of play, second down and 9 from the 21-yard line. Go the Tigers of Marksville. 49-0 Trojans with the lead. Bad snap, ball bounces up, but Norman corrals it, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss. And Coach, Marksville just unable to really get on track this evening.
Yeah, and it's obviously the talent's not there, because the second team of the Trojans are stuffing them. And I'm sure those guys are getting a little tired out there, because they've been playing both ways and not real sharp here going into almost the fourth quarter.
Not at all. Trojans just, Coach, trying to get out of this as best they can and get ready for that big homecoming week. Again, The game next week is homecoming. It's Friday night. Then we'll be on the road one more time to Mississippi on that Thursday night the week following. Offsides will be called on number 50 of the Trojans.
You don't like to get your name called, but that was Demarion Pryor there, jumped in the neutral zone.
And listed as a senior out here.
Yeah. Got looks like number 90 in the game at defensive tackle. That's Christian Ray, a sophomore.
Well, Coach, you go from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 2 on that play, too, so you hate seeing that happen. It's going to be a keeper. Norman's going to keep it himself and get to the outside. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. Right.
Got number 24 out there for the Trojans. That's Jalen Kirk playing outside linebacker.
27 seconds and counting in this rapidly moving third quarter. 20 now to go.
Got number 98, Trace Calcote, checking into the game for the Trojans. Number 37's out there for the Trojans. That's Jakari Matoir, a linebacker. Got number 91. That's Dwight Minor, is a defensive lineman.
Coach, an update as we'll get to that in just a minute. It's 49-0. We head to the fourth quarter. Back after this on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria. Proud supporter of area high school football.
And we are back to Marksville. Fourth quarter underway. 49-0. Trojans with the lead. First down for the Tigers of Marksville. Big pressure in the backfield. That's number 98, and that was Trace Calcote, the sophomore defensive lineman, firing through there and making a big play. So great work by Calcote along that defensive line.
Yeah, got a lot of new faces in there. Number 37, linebacker for the Trojans, Jakari Matoir. Number 33 is a cornerback out here. Is
going the wrong way on the clock, Coach. It shows 12 minutes and 11 seconds. We don't want to go that way with it.
We got it on a running upward clock. Going.
I've never seen it, but it's running upward. That's interesting.
I guess they're resetting it. I don't know. Got me.
Trying to work things out. And an update on that big game, Tioga and Pineville. Tioga with the lead. I guess that's got to be in the third quarter. 7-0 in the game. Tioga with the lead.
The one that's not a big rival game, according to the Tioga coach.
According to some folks. Look, that press conference has to be one of the most attended things. There's a lot of fire being thrown around in that one.
Well, and unless things change, it's always been a rival game. I don't care what the coaches say, because we all knew it was back when I was there, and it was bragging rights. But
big stop in the backfield by the Trojans. That is Terrell Blake, number 25, firing through there, stunting in, making that big stop. 11.5 to go. Trojans have been in control since the opening possession when they marched right down and get the Jarvis Newton touchdown. Following that, the Jalen Johnson interception, capped off by Joe Bordelon touchdown pass to Dalen Hammond. And then it's just been all Trojans since then.
Trying to find out a few scores here right quick.
11-12 and counting. Trojan starters are finished up with this one. You'll see some that are getting some reps in there, getting in, but that's about it. As we're down now under 11 minutes to go. Band continues to bang out the hits to the near side. Is throwing the ball complete out to the near side, and he's off. He's got a chance, does number 8, but good job of backside pursuit by the Trojans. That was complete. Coach out to number 8, Eldrick Murray, the freshman wide receiver. Kirion Pryor, freshman quarterback, getting it out. And so you're seeing a lot of freshman JV action going on right here.
It was a nice job for him to come back and didn't give up on the play. Otherwise, he might have broke it then. He's hobbling off number 8.
Young man shaking up, and they're going to help him off of the field. Good to see, though, he's able to hop off and ease off of the field. 10:23 remaining in this one. It is 49-0. Trojans have not had this in doubt throughout any of the night. Back in at quarterback for Marksville is Luke Normand, the senior quarterback and safety. As we roll under 10 minutes to go in this one, Marksville has it first down and 10 from the 49-yard line of the Trojans, so have made their way into Trojan territory for the first time tonight. Handoff goes right up the middle. Stopped after a gain of maybe 2 or 3. Big number 91 for the Trojans. Dwight Miner is in there, as well as Tut. He gets in there. Terrell Blake coming in, and great to have him in there. Another one that they're really high on is Aiden Walker. He is sophomore linebacker number 10. And just the future of these Trojans is solid. Such a young group contributing, as it seems like that happens every single season. Doing it again this year. 9:15 to go, fourth quarter, 49-0. Trojans with the lead. Handoff comes to the near side. Now that's Normand at running back, and Normand gets maybe 1 or 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 in this one. Uneventful second half, thankfully. Trojans led 42-0 at the half, and rolling along to both teams to get out of this one. Thursday night will be the Thomas Bachman Show live from Walk-Ons. You can catch that at 7 o'clock. Then we will be on the air at 6:30 for homecoming night, 6:30 Friday night, and getting ready for Peabody. Here, it is 3rd down and 5. Back to pass, now rolling around. Scrambling out, being pressured, going to step up, make an inside move, does the quarterback who's kept it. Helmet comes off, but that was just a tremendous run by Kirion Pryor. And they'll give him another first down. Certainly the best penetration for Marksville on the night, as they are getting deep into Trojan territory. 50. Looks like they scrimmage around the 30-yard line. 7:45 here. Don't forget, we've got the Ash Trojan wrap-up show coming up immediately following this game. You'll have LA Friday Night Lights at 10 o'clock. Up into the middle, but a good arm tackle is made there. First man there, Coach, was number 80, and that was Darius Washington, the freshman in there on defense, just putting a paw out and grabbing correction. Once again, that looked like number 90. That is number 90, Christian Ray, the sophomore defensive lineman. He just puts that big paw out and grabs a hold.
Yeah, they're running the Trojans in left and right. It's hard to keep up with them, but at least those guys are getting an opportunity to play with 7:03 left and rolling. Got a score here, St. Mary and
Menard.
Menard, 17-14, Menard.
Menard's got the lead in that one. That's a good one. Coach Charles needs that win to get the momentum back. Lose a tough one last week at Pineville. There's a handoff to Normand up the middle. Good penetration by that Trojan defense. First man through, making the stop, was number 91. That's Dwight Miner. He is a junior defensive lineman for the Trojans. 6.5, Coach, and we're approaching that hydration timeout once again, as we're about 30 seconds away there. Again, glad to bring you Ash Trojan football. First time we've been on the road, and it looks like most of our equipment has worked and made it through. So appreciate the work that Chuck's done on there, and everybody that was able to watch along. Not sure how many people we had following along tonight, but we appreciate each and every one of you for coming out and doing that. That is a hydration timeout. We're going to take it with them. Back in 60 on LA 103.5.
Lower Power Sports Parts Department has the parts and accessories you need to keep your engines running. With 12,000 square feet and over 100,000 part numbers in stock, we strive to have what you're looking for at the lower price, whether it's blades, bars, batteries, or tires. Our friendly parts associates are here to help in store, over the phone, or online at lowerpowersports.com. Shop local. Pay the lower price at Lower Power Sports on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
And we are back to Marksville. 49-0, Trojans with the lead. Marksville, their deepest penetration of the night, looking to try to put something on the board here at the end. Scrambling around is Pryor. He's going to get to the corner before he is driven out of bounds. Down around the, stepped out of bounds a little shy of where he was. So going to be short of the first down. He ended up where he thought he was out of bounds, would have had the first, but comes up short, and it is fourth down.
Well, you know they're going to go for it here. You'd like to see the young Trojans put a stop right here and keep the shutout intact. For nothing else, just for bragging rights for that bunch. Tried to pick up some other scores, but
again, the band was in my ear there. 17-14, Menard had the lead in that one.
That's what I think I saw on the score there.
And Tioga and Pineville in a slobber knocker. That one is 7-0 Tioga second half. Here it's 4:55 to go, 49-0. Trojans have the lead. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Norman though, and just a very, very smart player. Norman's going to find his way into the end zone, Coach, on a busted play, but give Marksville the touchdown, and that's that quarterback mentality, Coach. The ball was on the ground. He just picks it up and houses
take off. Yeah, and that got to give him credit. That's something for the Tigers to work to the future on. They didn't quit. Got to score no matter what, and they'll probably get it turned around by the time they get to district.
PAT is pending. On for the extra point is number 12, John Larimore. John Larimore, the kicker, number 12.
Get a quick break after this one.
Yep. Snap is down, back hold is up, kick is good. 49-7, back in 60 on LA 103.5.
At Calvary, we love gathering together, whether it's for Bible study or Sunday worship. We believe the study of God's Word is essential for spiritual growth, and the fellowship helps us experience life together. At Calvary, you're part of a family that is part of a local, regional, and global community. Join us Sunday mornings at 9 and 10:30. We would welcome the opportunity to meet you and give you a place to begin again. Calvary, Alexandria. Connect, grow, and begin again.
This is Ty Eastman, loan officer with First South Farm Credit here in Alexandria. Are you in the market for land? Whether it's for hunting, recreation, or a timber tract, you need a lender with experience in financing rural real estate. At First South, we understand what it means to own your own piece of land, whether it's a hunting camp or just a place to get away on the weekends. The best part of my job is seeing our members realize their dream of land ownership. If you're thinking of buying or refinancing land, call me, Ty Eastman, at First South Farm Credit or visit us at firstsouthland.com.
And don't forget, you'll be able to catch the First South Farm Credit halftime report each and every week. We appreciate those guys for doing what they do. Coming up at 10 o'clock tonight is the Southern Heritage Bank LA Friday Night Lights. They'll Scott Mills, Rich Dupree, they'll recap all of the action. That is a pooch kick, but it's going to be offsides is the call that's there. 4:40 to go in this one. Trojans 49-0, comfortably ahead here. And a game, Coach, with the clock that's ran most of the, I guess it's midway through the first quarter.
Right, and and it's a good thing. You know, you don't want to. I've seen scores in the past of teams in other states that 95-0 and stuff like that. There's no call for that.
No place at all.
And it has to be agreed on by both coaches. But why would you do not want to? It just hurts the kids.
Looking ahead, we've got our Whataburger. What a play of the game. We appreciate those folks from Whataburger doing everything that they do. And a couple of big candidates. And, look, that one's going to be out of bounds, so that's another penalty. Coach Bachman says, let's take it right over here. Say what you want to. Joe Bordelon has looked really good tonight. Jarvis Newton has looked like Jarvis Newton tonight. But there are two plays that stick out in my mind that you normally don't see. And I think you know the two that I'm talking about. They're candidates. That big, long Chris Gorham run where he's turning, moving, juking, spinning, and doing the work that he does to get the touchdown. And then Eric Jones on the touchdown reception when he comes back, catches the ball, spins out, breaks a couple of tackles, and goes in. So those two are my two candidates for the Whataburger What a Play.
Yeah, either one of those, like I say, stand out, like you say, and to be a heck of a job by both those guys. And we'll have to, I don't know, flip a coin which one to get the award. Or can we split it?
Bradley Wilson, one can get the burger and one can get the fries. And that's 23. That's the running back that's in there is Jimmy Duncan, another one of those fab freshmen, Coach, that you're going to hear a lot about. 2 or 3 years from now, we're going to be calling those names a lot on Friday nights. And pickup of 2 by Duncan.
Got some the whole bunch of young linemen in there, good-looking kids too. That's where it starts, and looking forward to the great future for the Trojans and pick up a few players here and there. They're going to be tough again next year.
Don't forget, coming up is the post-game wrap-up show. That is Duncan to the near side, bangs around for 2 or 3. Under 4 minutes now is where we are. That's going to get us to 3rd down and 6.
Marksville substituting some guys in there too. So, Coach Dunbar is getting some of his young players in, giving some of the other guys a break. Got some of the offensive guys coming on defense, that sort of thing. Mosquitoes about to carry me off. I don't know about you. I must be.
I think they can't reach this low down.
Oh, well.
That may be the problem. 3:33 on the scoreboard over there. The Brian Kubero Marksville Tigers scoreboard.
I tell you what I do miss is that air conditioning that we usually have in the press box, because it's definitely humid out here tonight.
Yet in the press box, you complain about it's too hot in the press box.
Well,
no more of that.
Hey. You didn't live with my wife, man, when she's got it on 40 below 0, and me and the hound dog is hiding under the cover at night trying to sleep. So I'm used to it being fairly cold in the middle of the summertime.
I'm usually sleeping with the dogs, but it's in their house. That's where I end up most of the time. So grateful that all of you joined us tonight. Had a lot of great folks that were watching online, a lot of them still remaining there. And a big hats off to you for following Trojan football. We appreciate you watching along and sending comments. Chuck has the comments over there tonight because of the setup, and so a big thanks and a shout-out to everyone that's commented on there tonight. We couldn't do anything that we do, and we wouldn't do anything that we do without you folks that watch these games for us. A lot of sports coverage just around the corner from us here, and it's going to be an exciting season. Back to this one, 3:22. Trojans will move to 3-0. On the season ahead of homecoming, and the Peabody Warhorses coming in next week. Bradley Wilson in at quarterback, calls for it. He's going to fake that and roll out to the top side of the field, and Bradley is looking to go. Nobody's going to get Bradley today. He's going to be driven out. He gets hammered out of bounds there, but he'll take that at the 20. And look.
Can't tell, but it sure looked like it hit him out of bounds, but that's on about 100 yards from us.
Looks like a quarterback, though. He gets it. One of those linemen got to come over there and help him get the shoulder pad back in. That's what you see. I mean, that's good old-school football. You take that lick and hop right back up.
Yeah, so that wasn't nothing. A little slobber knocking going on, but he jumped right back up. That's what you like to see.
Look, what a beautiful little play-action bootleg that Bradley Wilson had there, and big-time run by the youngster. Going to be great to see the future of Bradley Wilson as a Trojan. A little bit of crackling on the mic there. We'll get that straightened out. That is Duncan right up the middle. And 2:33. The big guys for Marksville still in the game. That's their big DeCorian Nelson, their senior defensive end. that is in there. That's that big guy you talked about, Coach. And so a lot of the starters still in there for Marksville.
Yeah, he's a good-looking hand. He looks like he's about 6'2", 6'3", probably goes 275, 280, just guessing. And they've, always had several good defensive linemen over the years, Lavalley's and
that's right,
so forth.
Second down and 11 from the 26. Go Wilson and the Trojans. Calls for the ball. Toss to the near side is to Duncan. He's going to cut back inside, looking to cross field, and Duncan's going to cut things to the 10, to the 5. Cuts back inside, driven out of bounds there. Gosh, they'll give him the, looks like they're going to give him the 13, 14-yard line, and that will be enough for a Trojan first down. You'd like to see the Trojan, this younger team, go in there and pay off this long drive with a touchdown here at the end.
Right, that was shades of Derek Thomas right there that played for Tioga back when I was coaching. He could turn a run into the right, back to the left, into a touchdown just by his sheer speed and quickness. Nice run by that young.
Minute 20 to go. That ball rolls around, and falling on it now is Lindsey. Lindsey back in there at running back. JT Lindsey, another one of those freshmen, and falls on it. So promising drive there. And Trojans just a couple of snaps away from getting out of this one, 49-7. They'll go to 3-0 on the season and look to welcome in the Peabody Warhorses in Game 4 of the season.
Probably get 2 more plays off here. The young guys are wanting to put one on the board right here. So
indeed they are. They're wanting to run that NASCAR offense. They're looking up to Coach McLaughlin and saying, look, let's go.
He's trying to get the play in, and he's a little confusion there.
Still don't have the hand up by the back judge. It finally goes up. That lets you know there's 10 seconds to go. Now there's 5. And that ball is snapped around.
Snap.
And I got to believe they're going to fall on this one, and you won't see another snap in this game. That should wrap things up, Coach, as Coach Bachman isn't going to want to snap that again, I don't believe. In 17-16 here, waiting before we cut to our commercial break to see what they do.
It's running there. Yeah, they line it up.
That's going to be the ball game here. Final score 49-7. Back with the Trojan wrap-up show right after this on LA 103.5.
Mom, Dad, the magician's here. Magician?
Oh, yeah. Honey, the magician's here.
Oh, right. Can I go watch? Sure.
Hi, Timmy. Are you ready?
Boy, am I.
Okay. See that dirt, grime, and residue?
Yep.
Now you see it? Now you don't.
Wow, amazing!
Senla Power Wash. We offer house washing, shingle roof washing, and commercial washing services. Call 318-446-0838.
Did you know BK Distributors have the fastest signs in town? They have signs for everything. If you're in need of signs or banners for your political campaign, your business, or just for that family reunion, BK Distributors has it all. With outstanding quality, fast turnaround, and the best prices in town. If you've been looking for the right place to handle your signage needs, well, here's your sign. Call Scott today, 318-442-2246, and let him help you. BK Distributors, Highway 28 East in Pineville, behind Arby's.
Need a quick tow?
Sadler's Towing needs many of its clients by accident. The first time. The second time, their clients call because of the fair price and great service that they previously received. If you need a tow, light-duty winching, you're locked out of your vehicle, or just need a jump start, Sadler's Towing is ready to handle your situation. Sadler's Towing is available 24/7, including Christmas and New Year's Eve. Put their number in your cell phone today, 447-7235. Again, that's 447-7235. Sadler's Towing, Alexandria, Louisiana.
Security Sporting Goods, proud supporter of all area high school football teams. If you're looking for hunting stuff from ammo to camo, they got it all at Security Sporting Goods. They talking about camo brands like Drake, Bandit, and Nomad, handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, knives. Security Sporting Goods, Memorial Drive, Alexandria, proud supporter of area high school football. As Trojan football is driven by Hickson Autoplex on LA 103.5.
Wrapping up things with the alma mater here. Trojans victorious, move to 3-0, 49-7, the final in this one, Coach. And we're going to award our Whataburger What a Play of the game. Not the player of the game, not any of that, but this is the What a Play of the game. We'll do that, and then we'll come back and wrap things up. So, I've got it narrowed down to two, and I can't decide on this, so I'm going to defer to you. The big Chris Gorham run or the Eric Jones. Oh, and look, I can't get that young man's name wrong. Eric Jones, okay. On the catch that he makes on the sideline, beats the defender, turns and takes it to the house. So your choice for the water play of the game.
Oh, putting the pressure on me here.
I have to.
I'd have to say the Gorham run was most impressive because he spun out, did a couple of juke moves, and took it for the house. And I believe he had the Whataburger play of the game.
You'll get no argument from me. We're going to take our final break of the night. When we come back, we're going to compare your keys to the games, see how the Trojans did. We know they won, but we'll see how they did. Taking our final break of the night. Don't go anywhere as the Ash Trojan wrap-up show rolls on LA 103.5.
You're hungry. Your team needs you. You're a fan. You want to be at the top of your fan game, but you need something different. You need fan fuel. At Walk-Ons, we treat every day like game day. We're here all week long feeding fans with delicious, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, made fresh in our from-scratch kitchen. We've got what it takes to fuel fans and the team to victory. Walk-Ons, it's game day with a taste of Louisiana.
South MacArthur Service Road in Alexandria.
Ma'am, the doctor will see you now.
I can't see the doctor.
No, the doctor's right here. He's ready to see.
No. You don't understand. Are you hearing me? I'm telling you, I can't see the doctor.
Don't let it come to this.
Louisiana Eye and Laser Center. Come visit us at one of our 13 locations or look us up online.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charities, schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it.
Welcome to Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done.
You want mustard and mayo? You want ketchup? We'll make it how you like it.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
This is my Whataburger with mayonnaise, ketchup, all the vegetables, no cheese.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
At Hickson, we know our business is not just selling and servicing cars and trucks. We're a family-owned business that believes in supporting the communities where we live and work. Healthcare, first responders, charities, schools, and civic organizations are all a part of our support for Central Louisiana. And as a part of this support, we're proud of our commitment to Alexandria Senior High, its staff, faculty, teachers, coaches, students, and student athletes. We are equally proud of our support and commitment to Coach Bachman and the Thomas Bachman Show. When it comes to Ash Trojan spirit, Hickson has it.
Hickson has it.
Lower Power Sports Parts Department has the parts and accessories you need to keep your engines running. With 12,000 square feet and over 100,000 part numbers in stock, we strive to have what you're looking for at the lower price, whether it's blades, bars, batteries, or tires. Our friendly parts associates are here to help in store, over the phone, or online at lowerpowersports.com. Shop local. Pay the lower price at Lower Power Sports on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria.
You've searched, and then finally, you found it. It's perfect, but you don't know if you can afford it, or what your payment will be, or even if you'll be approved. But at shbnet.com, you can pre-qualify for a loan instantly from Southern Heritage Bank and know your mortgage payment, so that perfect house becomes your perfect house. Visit Southern Heritage Bank at shbnet.com. Southern Heritage Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So, your transmission is kaput. Time to get a new or new-to-you vehicle? Wrong. Certified Transmission can fix your transmission problems and preserve your investment in your vehicle. Certified Transmission will also save you the hassle of trying to find a good vehicle that you can afford without a good trade-in, because most car dealers are not going to want to accept your vehicle in trade. So, having Certified Transmission fix your vehicle is the best option of getting back on the road in a vehicle you can trust. You know, Certified Transmission on the Monroe Highway in Ball. Catch all the scores, coaches' interviews, and more every Friday night at 10 on LA Friday Night Lights. right here on LA 103.5.
And we're back wrapping up the Ash Trojan wrap-up show. You see the crowd back on the field starting to settle things out over there. And, Coach, recap those keys to the game and see how you did as we get out of here tonight.
Well, the first one I had to get off to a fast start, which we did, even though we had some penalties along the way. And the fact that the Trojans were playing Marksville, who was a little down, I said they need to start fast, which we scored 42 points in the first half, which that's pretty fast.
That's fast.
But and the special teams wasn't too big a factor here. The fact that Abel Peterman got hurt, but we had his backup come in the game and did a nice job kicking off. Thank goodness we didn't have to punt any.
Good to see Peterman walking off, though, the way he did. Looked fine. Talked to his dad a little bit, and he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think his plant foot may have twisted a little bit, and that
in
has
the mud.
to do with the mud. Yeah, and so overall, I think I got it pretty close. The only thing I think, and Coach Bachman will tell you probably Tuesday or Wednesday night or Thursday night when y'all talk about the game, he's going to be disappointed in the overall penalties that didn't cost them, but it didn't look good. They weren't real sharp. But
well, that's going to wrap things up, Coach. You did a good job on your keys to the game. That's the CLTCC keys to the game. Look, if you want the keys to a better future for yourself, go check out that free high set course. Going to get you ready for the high set. They've renamed it. That's similar to that old GED program, Coach. Helps you get that high school diploma and get your keys to a future. And check out more
as well. They got a nice training program over there.
Look, to contact the folks, you can check them out at cltcc.edu. That's going to wrap it up for us from Warren Douglas Memorial Stadium in Marksville, Louisiana. The Trojans are victorious 49-7 here. Certainly couldn't do things without an all-star cast that I have. D-Lo, Daryl Brown on camera for us, my executive producer. Chuck Perkins making everything go like it's supposed to, even getting the generator cranked up for us. Ernie Lott by my side as he's been for several years, and Coach couldn't do any of this without you. The band couldn't get here without you either, so big thanks to there. But above all, I couldn't do anything without our Lord and Savior blessing me to do what I've done just one more time. And God willing, we'll see you guys on Thursday night for the Thomas Bachman Show.